What's up, everyone? This is David with Pickdawgz.com with your free pick in the Florida vs. Charlotte game on Saturday, September 23rd, 2023. We give away a ton of free picks here on our YouTube channel, as well as Pickdawgz.com and SportsChatPlace.com. But if you're wondering what bets I like the best and what bets our team likes the best, head on over to Pickdawgz or Sports Chat Place, click on the Premium Pick tab, and you can check out all of our expert handicappers. Don't forget to use code PICK at checkout to save 15%. Any purchase that's $19 or more. All right, let's get into this one here as we have a non-conference game between Florida and Charlotte. Florida comes into this one with a 2-1 record, and they're coming off of that huge win against Tennessee last week by a score of 29-16. Florida was outgained 387 to 349 in that game, but they did not turn the ball over at all and were able to force one Tennessee turnover, plus 3 turnover on downs for the Volunteers in that win. That was a huge win for Florida as they started the season off with a loss to Utah by a score of 24-11 in a game that they actually played okay in, just really couldn't finish drives. And then they beat McNeese State 49-7 in week 2. Before getting the huge win against Tennessee last week. This Florida offense is scoring over 29 points per game with 244 passing yards and 174 rushing yards. The offense is quarterbacked by Graham Mertz, the ex-Badger. He's been decent this year. He's thrown for 692 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Trevor Etienne has been very good on the ground. For Florida, he racked up 172 yards against Tennessee and 1 touchdown. The Florida defense has been solid. They're allowing 15 points against per game with 172 passing yards and 83 rushing yards. Going over to Charlotte, they come in with a 1-2 record. They are coming off of a loss to Georgia State by a score of 41-25. They gave up 568 total yards in that game. And really struggled to get stops. The Charlotte defense was one of the worst units in football in 2022, and they have not started 2023 much better. Before Georgia State, they lost to Maryland 38-20. They actually led 14-0 in that game, but fell apart, and Maryland blew by them. But in that game, they also gave up 530 yards of total offense to the Terrapins. So they've struggled defensively, to say the least, but they did get a win against South Carolina State 24-3 to open the season in week 1. The Charlotte offense is scoring 23 points per game with 194 passing yards and 144 rushing yards. They're going to split quarterback duties in this one. Jalen Jones had been the starting quarterback, but he was replaced by Trexler Ivy in their last game against Georgia State after a slow start. Ivy looked good in that one as he threw for 257 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Jalen Jones has been okay at quarterback, but he's really a threat using his legs. He's rushed for almost 200 yards this year. So they're going to do a 50-50 split, which will be interesting against this Florida defense that is very solid. Defensively, Charlotte is allowing over 27 points against per game with 270 passing yards and 151 rushing yards against. This is a tough spot for Charlotte. They've struggled. They've lost 2 games in a row. Just gave up a ton of yards to a Georgia State team that, they should not be allowing over 560 yards to. They play a Florida team that's coming off of a win against Tennessee, but I got to tell you, this is a tough spot for the Gators. They come off of that big emotional win against the Volunteers. Next week, they travel to Kentucky in a pretty big game for them. So this could be a big look-ahead spot, maybe a letdown spot. As Florida should get the win easily, but I think they're going to get up and coast in the second half, take their starters out, get ready for another SEC game next week. So even though Charlotte's defense has been pitiful, I'm going to take Charlotte with the points here. They're getting a ton of points in this one. The line is currently 28. And I just think Charlotte's going to do enough to keep it close as Florida comes in, potentially overlooking the Charlotte team and looking towards next week. So give me Charlotte with the points here as my free pick. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, as well as turn those notifications on so you're the first to see all of our content as we release it. If you're looking for my best bets, head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab. You can check out me and all of our other expert handicappers. While you're on the site, check out our betting tools. It's 100% free, gives you a ton of great information, and helps you get a leg up. Good luck, and I'll see you guys soon.